morning. For those of you that ask about how do we make shiplaps on the campers, I'm gonna show you today the way we use. So it's morning here and it's 27 degrees. It's so cold out. You can probably see my breath. I set up my saw here so I can slide the boards out and get some shiplap made. These are the boards we buy. They are eighth of an inch thick. They're really flimsy, very lightweight. I already cut a couple boards here, right here. So I'm just getting them all prepped to cut them to size and put them in the trailer. So these ones, the pieces there are not 6-inch, or has some damage to it. Right there, I have a little damage here. It's all right though, because I might just cut it to here and use the rest of it. No problem. And sometimes they're not all fit 6 inches, so I can use those for like hand pieces and things like that. Before I start cutting all the big sheets, I usually do a test on the saw to see how much damage it will cause. My blades are new, so it's pretty clean cut right now, but you might want to run scrap pieces. I try to cut two at the same time, but because they're so flimsy and I don't have a good setup here, they're kind of going all over the place, so I decided to just cut one at a time. I'll show you. So I understand not everyone has a table saw, which I think I spent about $250 on this table saw. It's a Ryobi. It's pretty good. So a different technique that you can use is using a handsaw. Make sure you get new blades, because usually they're dull and then they'll cause the wood to split, right? So what I did was I made this, which is a 8-foot long piece of wood. You see there's two pieces here. The piece that was most straight. Then I just screw one to the other. And what this does is this will serve as a guide for when I'm running the saw on my piece. So I will place this on whatever piece I'm working on. I will use a clamp on each side here and on the opposite side, and I will just run, which I would have to start on that side, my saw this way, and this way it will serve as a guide. Of course, the table saw will speed up the process a lot and give you a better, more accurate cut. But if all you have in your hands is one of these, you can still do it. All right. All right, couple things to take in consideration. When you're cutting this using maybe a table saw, it gets really dusty. So you want to make sure that your garage, if you cut in your garage, it's your car is out maybe, or if you have nice things in there, cover up, because it's gonna be dust everywhere. Second, because I'm using a table saw, my blade rotates this way. So when I'm feeding the piece of wood, it will be cutting this way and not from underneath up, from below and up. So what it does is when you're making the cuts, it makes a difference where the splits are gonna be. So if you're using this side of the wood, make sure when you're running through your table saw, the good part of it, it's facing up. If you're cutting with your hand saw or skew saw, you can pretty much cut it with a good part, the part that's going to be showing your RV facing down. Okay, and I mean I'm a big fan of test strips just to make sure the results, what you're going to be looking at once you're done. I'm cutting these large pieces on my own. My other half is inside the house with the kids, so I have to figure out a way. On the prior video to this, I should mention you should probably wear a mask when you're doing cutting all that wood because of the dust, and some eye protection gloves. So keep that in mind. Alright, second part of this video. We're gonna be hanging some of the shiplap. We just cut it. The video prior to this one, I show you how to cut it on 2 different saws. So right now, I'm gonna show you how I do it. For this one, I already have the pieces that we cut it. I measure. I'm gonna be placing them vertically on this wall. I cut it, all my boards is 77. I measured the wall that way. I'm gonna need approximately 6 pieces, but I only did 5 because I have a hole on the bottom of that one for the AC or the heat vent to go through. So I'm gonna work on that one later. So what I'm gonna do is, so basically I'll place the board here. It's okay if you have a little gap up here because I'm gonna do some crown molding, simple one. I line up the best way possible, and then from this point I got a little stapler with straight nails, and line up to the edge. And you just place a couple nails on it and it's good to go. Some people place glue on the back of these boards. Some people use the air compressor gun. I'm using, I think this is 1/2" nails for this. It's basically the same if you put in a gun. It's the same nail. This one here, it's protruding, it's sticking out, so I can just hammer it down a little bit. Careful not to put marks on this. And that's pretty much it. Just keep going. You place the next one right next to it. You can do it with a gap, or you can do, close together on the next one. And that's it. I'll flip this one up so you guys can see. Going, and then after we're just gonna paint it and it should be good. You can place spacers between them. Some people use pennies. They just put pennies in between. any questions, leave in the comments. We'll be more than happy to help. If you want videos done on something else, let us know. Also, I'm gonna be doing another video on how to install these ones inside our camper. All right, stay tuned. Tomas Coast to Coast.